Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Beers and Deers podcast proudly brings to you its podcast champions of the world, Seth the Guillotine Gills, JP Mother-Loving Rambo, in the Tower of Power, coming back at ya, gentlemen. We are cold snacks in hand. What's happening?
That was a hell of an intro, JP.
Oh, man.
One of the best yet.
Yeah.
I gotta keep it
save
fresh.
some Adderall for the rest of us, dude.
Yeah, my heart is pounding.
Yeah, right over there, bro. Ready to give you mouth to mouth,
No,
dude?
yeah. Please
you
do.
shouldn't have took that last hit of meth, dude.
Sorry.
Take it easy.
Sorry.
I know deer season's coming and all, but bro.
Dude, 33 days.
Yeah, 33 days till Maryland's season opener. We got less than that for Delaware. They open
Oh, yeah.
8 days sooner, so 20-something days.
8 days sooner? That was 10 days sooner. Don't they open
Oh, yeah,
September 1st?
10 days sooner, so 23 days for Delaware.
Oh, them boys in Delaware.
Oh, yeah. And I'm gonna partake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm gonna go. It's a Wednesday. It opens up Delaware. It's just an odd day for opening day, but I'm gonna leave work early and go hunt probably some public land.
Speaking of opening days, according to my Queen of the Forest research, Alaska opened August 1st.
Mule deer.
Mule deer. And Nevada will open Tuesday, August 10th. It's a strange opening day.
Yeah.
So
All right.
we'll put them up later. It's a whole ordeal.
Yeah.
John's not strong enough to push the pins into
Yeah,
the,
I gotta get
into the
corkboard.
balsa wood board.
Yeah.
It's subflooring for when I finish my
No,
bathroom.
it's balsa wood, everybody.
It's subflooring.
Yeah.
Quite
You
hard.
can't see the fucking dots
Yeah, you
from,
can't see 'em
from there
anyway.
anyway.
We gotta think of something
We gotta
different.
do something a little different
You
there.
said cut. What'd you say?
Little pieces of like post-it notes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Very clever.
Yeah, that's what I do. So you guys hear somebody else got killed by a bear?
Really?
Another one, a black bear this time.
Oh, that's
really?
even more rare.
That is
Yeah,
rare.
it was in Alberta. If I remember correctly, let me pull this article up. But yeah, it was a 26-year-old woman, which is just a damn shame.
Bear must have had cubs, huh?
Something. Black bears it's pretty rare that they attack people. It was an Alberta woman. She was mauled to death by a black bear. Only the 5th casualty of the species in the Canadian province since 1958.
Wow.
Alberta police reported Wednesday that the woman, a helicopter engineer, was attacked in the province's northwest region. Tragically, while planting trees after a logging operation in the remote wilderness, the 26-year-old was mauled to death by a black bear.
Holy shit.
The initial attack took place on Saturday, July 31st, and witnesses present would identify the assailant as an adult black bear before coming to the woman's rescue. After coming to her aid and helping scare off the bear, the team called for help. She was evacuated by her coworker on a helicopter, but she didn't make it.
Damn.
Yeah. Heavy stuff, man. It's a hell of a way to go.
Yeah, that bear must have had cubs. That's the only. Well, I guess not the only way, but black bear are usually pretty skittish.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's all different variations like brain disease and bacteria and parasites. That
Could have been a lot of things.
Yeah, it could have been anything.
They're out there in literally the middle of nowhere in these such remote locations. It's possible that black bear just had never interacted with humans before.
That's possible too.
And had no natural fear of them. I don't know.
Maybe it had a kill nearby or something. you
Yeah,
know.
it's hard to say. But
Shitty.
apparently they haven't gotten the bear yet, but they are looking to find it and potentially euthanize it. So, I guess.
Yeah, we talked about that one before, and I wasn't sure if that was a good idea. But then you said, well, these bears might get a taste for humans and realize that we're just bags of Jello.
Yeah, we're easy targets.
Yeah.
Some easy targets, yeah.
Especially if we're unarmed, of course. Now, if we're armed, it's a different fucking story. Ain't no easy target no more, buddy. Yeah.
So, did you fellers hear that the whitetail deer is contracting COVID-19?
Yeah, I did see that.
Do you believe
You
it?
guys watching CNN or?
No,
National
no.
Geographic.
National Geographic. Yeah, it's all over. It's all over the media about white-tailed deer that have COVID, and a large percentage of them have tested positive for antibodies.
Well, we got to vaccinate. We got to start vaccinating white-tailed deer.
Yeah, but we should probably make them wear masks. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Make them social distance.
Yeah, we should definitely make them social distance. Maybe get some masks. A mandate. We should mandate it.
Yeah, dude.
Get out
Social
into the woods
distancing.
and pass them out.
Yeah. So this...
I think that's the only answer.
Me too.
Department of Agriculture, the USDA, analyzed blood samples from more than 600 deer in Michigan, Illinois, New York, Pennsylvania over the past decade. And they discovered that 40% of the 152 wild deer tested from January through March 2021 had antibodies of COVID-19.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Fuck, man. I'm so fucking over this COVID bullshit. And I read this and I was like, I'm not even going to bring this up on the podcast because I don't even want to, like, contribute to the narrative.
Do you even believe it?
I don't know. I don't believe a damn thing the media says, especially not mainstream. But I'm sure there's some truth to it, and if not, maybe all of it is true. But who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, oh yeah, the deer got COVID. Okay, they're gonna be fine, just like the rest of us.
That's what it says. It says
we're gonna be fine.
The animals didn't appear to be sick, and so they probably had asymptomatic infections.
Yeah. Either that or they fucking handled it and they were fine because they're healthy. I mean, maybe if you got a sick deer, it might fuck them up. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the same deal with us. I mean, that's what it really comes down to is your health, and it's not much different than a flu strain. So good luck taking a whitetail out with COVID. It's a non-factor for me. I don't think it's even an issue.
And like, what this tells me is if it is true, it tells me that we're not getting away from this disease. You just kind of got to live with it.
Yeah, it's not going nowhere. It's here to stay.
Exactly.
There's gonna be a new variant every year, just like the flu. And if for whatever reason our government and their ulterior motives wants to shut down the country because of flu-like virus, they can get fucked. I think it's outrageous.
It is outrageous.
Yeah, destroy our economy to save some people who are already on the way out is what's happening. And I hate to sound callous, but I mean that's reality. Is the majority of the people that are dying from this had an underlying health issue, and it's like whatever. We're beating a dead horse. I don't even want to get into it.
Yeah. Pretty rough. Rough stuff. Pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy if true.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else did I want to
I got another one. We got a bunch of recent events this week. So there's a fucking venomous cobra, a striped cobra, 6-foot venomous cobra on the loose in a Texas town.
It's in my pants.
Yeah, it's like it's a blooper fucking article. You open it up and it's a picture of John. Got you good, you fucker. Residents of Grand Prairie, Texas have been anxiously watching their steps this week after a 6-foot West African banded cobra escaped from its cage. One bite from the snake could kill a human if not treated promptly. It slithered free around 6:30 p.m. on August 3rd. Officials and a private wildlife control contractor immediately mounted an extensive search while the Grand Prairie Fire Department alerted local hospitals to prepare to properly treat a venomous snake bite. Apparently this guy left to go get food for his other animals down the street, came back, and the cage door was open by an inch, and she must have found a way to open it up. So this guy, he's got he had other ones. He had like a pit viper and shit in his house too. It's like, dude, maybe not do that. Just an idea. I mean, somebody call Ricky Tikitavi because we got a cobra, dude. It's just Texas. Yeah, that sucks. I think it'd probably die from the heat down there. I don't know. I guess West Africa's pretty fucking hot too. Yeah. So, I mean, it's probably gonna get wasted by somebody with a 22.
Somebody could chop its head off with a machete.
Or to fucking crossbreed with another snake and make some hide.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for letting motherfuckers do their own thing. Don't bother me. I don't bother you. But come on.
Yeah.
Who really needs a fucking venomous cobra as a snake?
Yeah.
I mean, as a pet.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm with you. I think like, okay, you want a venomous cobra? All right, cool. But it's just one of them things where it's almost I see no. why does it have to be venomous? Why can't you get it de-venomized, if that's the thing? I don't even know.
I think pretty sure.
Pretty sure you can.
Yeah, they pull the fangs.
The glands,
Yeah.
the like
Don't they
venom
pull their
glands or
fangs
something like that.
Yeah, I think they pull out the like venom sacs or something.
I guess there's maybe an argument for it, like, oh, they can't hunt effectively or something like that. I don't know.
When they say that about like captive animals, oh, they won't be able to hunt effectively, I think that's a load of shit
Yeah.
to some degree. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's some sort of instinct instilled in that animal.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times, if you just let them get back into their own environment, they probably readjust just fine.
I mean, look at a pig. If you set a pig loose, sooner or later,
Yeah,
it's going to
yeah.
become a feral fucking pig. It's going to grow fur and become this crazy fucking
Yeah.
animal.
And I'm sure it varies from species to species, though.
That's true.
Like a cat, they're gonna be fine. And even from one cat to the next, like one cat might fucking, old Fluffy, who's used to eating canned tuna and stuff like that, gets out and it's gonna die. But you got the other cats that get out and fucking flourish, you know what I mean? Just do great in the wild.
Talk about a killer. What's the statistic on how many songbirds they kill a year? In the billions,
Oh
right?
yeah. Cats are like some of the most successful hunters on Earth.
Yeah.
It's something ridiculous, like how many ground nesting birds have been just decimated by house cats,
Yeah.
like
so
populations of them.
don't let your cat outside.
So there's a topic I wanted to talk about this week, and excuse me,
You left your mints here, though.
yeah, I've seen that.
Pretty drunk when I left here.
We had a lot of beer last week.
A lot of beer.
We talked about a lot of shit after pod that I don't remember at all.
Yeah. Well, we killed 2 30-packs between the three of us on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. Sam went out and got beer at like 3-ish, and we had that killed by like 5:30-ish.
I went home went to bed at like 8.
Yeah. It's bad.
So it's something interesting that I always think about, and I've been thinking about it pretty hard this year, is when you've got bucks on your trail camera in the summer, sometime typically around here, I'd say the beginning of October is when they shift where they live, where they bed, even where they feed. Their range moves. Mm-hmm. So in the summertime, like which we're at now, you're going to notice the bucks are going to be in a lot more open areas and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, a couple weeks goes by, and boom, those bucks disappear. And we see it every year. I've seen it quite a bit last year over at the property that I hunted at Elkton. And I've seen it there in years past, too. And they just move. And I just wanted to kind of touch on that a little bit, because I feel like it's really important in the early season. If you want to get one of those summer bucks, you really got to get in there and be aggressive early in the season. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of my game plan this year, is because they're going to move. Where we have them patterned at now is going to change. Quick. Yeah.
Within like a week or two of opening day.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes it could even be at like right around opening day. They're already moving. And sometimes you get lucky and they might stay there till early October. But I feel like most of the time, by the end of September, they're moving around here. They're in a different spot. Whether it's a response to hunting pressure, or the fact that their antlers are starting to lose their velvet, they're no longer sensitive. Because in that early season, they like the nice open area because of their velvet. Mm. Their antlers are sensitive, I guess. So that makes sense. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a combination of all of that. But they definitely move every year from where they are in the summer to the fall.
Testosterone starts to build.
Yeah.
And then they break away from their bachelor groups, and they become loners. And then shit kicks into high gear in November.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's a lot easier to get on bucks and pattern them in that early season because they're all together, because they are in more open areas. And it's just, I feel like, man, those first 2 weeks are some of the best time of the year to try to get on a buck. And I've seen a lot of bucks in the early 2 weeks, you know what I mean? And then they'll just disappear, and you're trying to figure out where they went.
Good luck.
Yeah, it can be tough, man. And last year, it was like a cat and mouse game. I was playing with these bucks where I was hunting in Elkton. Once that shift happened, and I got so close in the early season, didn't get them. And then that shift happened, and it's like you're starting from scratch again, trying to figure out where they're at. And I was getting eyes on them, but I could only get them in the middle of the night because they move so far from, or not even in the middle of the night. It was early morning or middle of the night, but still dark. Because by the time they were coming to the property I was at, it was not quite in legal shooting light. Every once in a while, I'd catch them on camera in legal shooting light, but where they were bedding was just too far away. So they'd be coming through where I was at while it was still a little bit dark before they got back to their bed. Mm-hmm. And I never could get a shot on them. And I just think it's interesting. What do you guys think about, like, as far as your game plan for that, John? I know over there where you're hunting in Haverty Grace, mm-hmm. Do you have any kind of strategy around that yet planned for this year?
The only strategy I have for a buck is during the rut. Yeah. I have no strategy towards a buck the opening months, September, early October. I have zero strategy. Whatever walks by, Daddy's putting an arrow through it.
Yeah. I think you have strategy without even realizing you have strategy, because there's one thing that those bucks are going to be chasing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, as far as, like, getting a buck on camera and pursuing that buck, I have zero strategy.
So you're not hoping to catch any of them?
I mean, I'd hope to, but I'm not expecting to.
Yeah. Now, is that because you think that they're going to move, or because you're not really getting them on camera consistently?
I got one okay-ish 110-inch 8-pointer on camera, and that's pretty much it. But, the food plot, my food plot, clover, is just starting to sprout, and it is growing like wildfire. So maybe in the next 33 days I get some more activity there, but I'm not expecting to.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a nice little fat doe to come by opening day, and I stick her, and I'm probably going to back out of there until late season.
That's a good move. I like that. And you can't force it. If the bucks aren't there, the bucks just aren't there. Yeah. But, like, where I'm at, I do have bucks, so I want to be aggressive. I want to get in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to try to get one of them fuckers before they move. And then they're like, then it's so much harder to find them after that early season until then the rut comes in.
The rut, late season food.
There's so many, like, throughout the season, it changes so much. You've got, like, an early season when they still have velvet before they do that shift, and then you got that shift that comes on, and they've moved their home ranges. The bucks are all splitting up. Everything's still on that bed and food, but now you've introduced pressure. And then you start to get to that, like, pre-rut time where the bucks they're moving a lot more in daylight hours. They're starting to chase after does. Then you got the rut where these bucks are just all over the place, and it's like. And then after that, then you go into the late season in December where it's cold and the does are fucking super hard on the food. The deer are scarce because the woods have been literally thinned out because we kill so many deer each year during rifle season. And it actually makes there's less deer in the woods. There just are a noticeable difference. But they breed so fast, but by the next year, all that is replenished.
Yeah.
But it's like each part of the season has... You got to approach it differently. Your strategy can't be the same from the beginning of September and the beginning of October, or the beginning of October and the beginning of November. It's all different.
Yeah, it's something else. What's your strategy there?
Keep them does close, baby. Buck bourbon and keep them does in. They'll come.
Okay,
that's it ain't rocket science.
No,
it's not.
For does, it really, they're always pretty. They might vary a little bit, but for the most part, they're pretty consistent.
What do you think it is from doe to buck? What do you think the change is in that brain to where the buck isn't as consistent as the doe is?
Well, I think a lot of it is just testosterone.
Yeah.
That is what makes them, it turns them into loners.
Mm-hmm.
Like does year-round are in groups.
Yeah.
Bucks, once that testosterone ramps up, which it only does one time a year, and then it falls back off. It's not like us where we maintain testosterone. Theirs is always different. And when that testosterone ramps up, it makes them want to become loners. Not only that, but they often prefer that solitude, and they want to be further away from the food. A doe, they're going to bed down as close to that food as they can. They're going to get up and walk over to that food and eat. A buck, they don't do that, man. Which is why it makes it so fucking hard to get them, why it's harder to hunt them, is they like to sit far away from that food. And they'll use these, like, transition areas on their way to get the food, they could be bedded behind the does. The does will come out, and the bucks will come out after the fact.
Maybe even a different hour.
Yeah.
Just not even fuck around. Just eat alone.
Yep. Yeah, and they don't move as much, and especially the old ones, man. They.
I can feel that. I can feel that being alone.
Yeah, they're like just. It's kind of like us. I mean, we get a little older. We're like, dude, I'm not rushing. We're not all full of piss and vinegar anymore. When you're a young buck, you're just, you know what I mean, moving around.
Yeah.
These old guys, man, they move slow. Like I remember seeing a nice big buck. It took him an hour and a half to cover 100 yards.
God. Yeah.
The whole time I'm just sitting in my tree stand shaking. Like, come on, man.
Man, because they have nowhere to be.
Yeah.
And the older bucks, they run the woods, man.
Yeah.
There's no threat.
Yeah.
There's no. They're the kings.
They know what's going on.
Yeah.
They're used to it. And they are smarter because they have lived longer. So there's a lot of factors to it. But they do. They're different. You got to approach them different than you do a doe.
Yeah. Still trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Oh, me too. Hunting bucks is just something I am not good at, and
yeah, we know.
I feel like I've gotten better, but I'm definitely still. I mean, just trying to get better at that aspect. I think like this year I really want to focus on bucks because I've always been so doe driven. And don't get me wrong, I still love does. I'm not saying anything against does, but it's a challenge that I haven't overcome yet. Like I don't consistently kill bucks, so I wanna get better at that, and that's why this year I'm really focusing on my buck game plans. Why I'm thinking a lot about these things, about this summer shift, about getting in there, being aggressive, because I want to make that happen.
Yeah, last year was the first year I didn't kill a buck in 3 or 4 seasons. So
You didn't kill a buck last year?
You killed a buck.
Wow, you killed that 9-pointer.
Yeah, well, 7-pointer.
Oh, it was 7?
By a buck, I mean.
Yeah, he
something to
wasn't
put on the wall.
He wasn't quite one you were very thrilled about. He looked bigger from the stand.
Yeah, I think I might knock his antlers off and use them as old
Rattlers. He'd be good rattling
It
antlers.
was a tall buck, man.
It was a nice
Long
7.
fucking
It
legs,
was a
man.
nice 7.
He would have been a lot better this year, but he ain't getting no bigger.
He ain't getting no bigger.
He didn't go 20.
He went about 700.
Yeah, he didn't go far.
He went a mile.
Yeah. Well, we pushed him too, but still.
Yeah, we definitely pushed him.
So, there's a new thing that's growing in the whitetail world, mainly of people that have a little bit of cash to spend and have their own land.
What's that?
What do you guys think about land/whitetail consultants? These people that claim to be whitetail professionals, and they come onto your land and they lay out a diagram of how to build bigger deer and kill bigger deer. What do you think about it?
Well, I think that's you got to be careful with that because everybody's an expert. You know what I mean? And I'd be real choosy about who I would do that with. Do I think it's possible? Yeah, there's guys that I would love to just pick their brain. You know what I mean? And have them come on one of my properties and tell me what they think, just to hear their perspective, because they've done it year after year and they've had so much experience. I think there's value in it, definitely. But I would just be very careful about paying for it and who you're paying for it. Like if fucking Jeff Sturgis, fuck yeah, he's worth it.
Yeah.
Like, cause he does that.
Yeah. Don Higgins does too.
Yeah, Don Higgins does it. Okay. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of guys that do, and I bet it'd be super valuable and it could probably make a big difference. But I don't know. I feel like that's taking a lot of the fun out of it for me. I want to figure it out on my own.
Yeah, that's my whole thing.
I'm a slow learner, but I learn nonetheless. So let me I want to do my own thing.
Yeah, more power to the guys that are able to do that, but it's just not for me. I'd rather learn by myself.
Yeah.
Which, it's not very quick, but
I'd rather have like a biologist consultant or like an agricultural, like someone who studied like ag.
yeah.
Just like walk my property with me and kind of pick their brain and kind
Yeah.
of use like my knowledge and blend their knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather do something like that. I don't know about like a whitetail consultant.
Yeah.
Or even like maybe going to like one of their seminars. I think that would be cool. Talking to them, getting some of their knowledge.
Yeah, like
but I
what
don't,
works. Like
Yeah.
okay, well I know that works, and I can execute that on my own. I don't need to pay somebody to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much these guys charge, but it's probably a lot.
It's probably not
Probably
cheap.
ain't cheap.
They got to travel to you, walk your property, and pretty much just tell you what to do.
It almost
and
takes
then
the
you
fun out of it, right?
just-
Yeah, that's my thing. Like,
They say, oh, hang a stand there, hang a stand there. Don't hunt here on this wind. Don't hunt
Yeah.
here on this wind, and you'll get that buck. It's
Yep.
like, come on.
yeah,
I mean, I get it. You
I
know,
think it has value.
it does have value, but it's not for me. Not for me. But
Yeah.
more power to the people that.
That do it.
Yeah.
And they can make a living off it, because that would be, that would be an awesome job.
Oh,
like,
that'd be
to
so
be
sick.
one of them guys, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying them.
No, I'm sorry. Sorry, Don Higgins. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I think you have great shit, but yeah, I'm definitely not paying for that.
Yeah. Another thing I stumbled upon on Amazon this week. Apparently, Spy Point. That's your
Yeah,
cameras,
Spy Point, yeah.
They came out. I don't know how long it's been out. They have an adapter that plugs into virtually any trail camera and turns it into a cell camera.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah,
of
I've
that.
seen that, yeah.
I've just now seen this.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's like $40.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
around for a while.
Oh well, fuck me, right?
At least a year or two.
At least 10 years.
Yeah. I thought that was cool, but how well does that work?
Yeah, there's a lot of bad reviews. I think it's a fantastic idea,
Yeah.
but the execution isn't there yet.
Yeah, I think we've still got some kinks to work out.
Yeah, but man, if that can become a reliable thing, that's obviously the way to go.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You're paying what, $60, $70 for a trail camera, and then you're paying $40, $50 for that. It's like, just buy a cell cam.
Man, a good cell camera is a lot of money.
Yeah,
I
and
don't-
not only that, but you can transfer that from one camera to the next. Like,
Yeah.
say that camera takes a shit, you can put it on another camera.
Yeah, I don't think these Moultries that we have are very reliable. There's just something in my gut telling me they're not very reliable. I think they're taking pictures, but I don't think they're sending all the pictures.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Because I pulled cards on them, because they have cards in them too, and gotten more pictures.
Yeah.
So, but they're a tool.
COVID.
They help. But I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, in my opinion, the most valuable resource you have for killing deer is just scouting.
Yeah.
Knowing your properties is more valuable than any camera. I think cameras are cool, and I think they can help. More so for like bucks than does,
Yeah.
because you can try to move them. Like what I was talking about before the podcast is, I'm going to move my cell camera further down the direction of where I've seen these bucks coming from, so I can try better pinpoint where they're coming from. Because I know they're going here, and I've seen the direction they're coming from. So I'm going to move the camera down further and find out even more. So I think they're great for stuff like that. But you still got to know your property and know where they're at and everything before you can even put a camera up. I think, like, doing observation sits is really cool. And it's something I haven't done much of in the past, but you and I were planning on doing one this evening. Actually, we're going to go take our climbers out and sit on the property and just watch and see, because a camera's limited in its field of view.
Yeah.
You got two guys sitting on a field edge with a vast field of view with some binoculars. We can get a really good idea, at least, of what's going on this particular evening and what the deer are doing, especially for tonight. I think it's going to be a really good observation sit because we got a storm
Cloudy,
coming in.
yeah.
We got a temperature drop, storm's coming in, and it's going to be really.
Who knows? Maybe I'll tag along and be your guide.
That would be cool.
Who
That
knows?
would be cool.
It's going to get the blood pumping if something walks by.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
it's going to be exciting. It's going to be really exciting.
I was going to look up the jury cast, but I'm signed out, so I'm
Yeah.
not going to bother with that.
I think observation sits are very valuable, and it's one of them things that it's like you got to really be into this to want to go sit in the woods and not be able to kill anything, just to be able to go watch.
I wonder what
We're almost like deer hunting cucks tonight.
that feeling's going to be like when something walks by.
But
Yeah.
can you imagine if we sit out there tonight and a 170-inch deer walks by?
I'll probably jump out of the stand
Yeah.
and chase it down.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Well, I got something. So, naturally, I have the Maryland Department of Natural Resources app on my phone.
Maryland.
And So I've never participated in a managed deer hunt. Have either of you?
No, I want to
So-
every year and never sign up.
And I don't know if this is new for Maryland or if this is something they've been doing. So the Maryland Department of Natural Resources released a 2021-2022 shooter qualification schedule, which includes 20 qualification sessions at 10 locations across the state. So Maryland, if you want to participate in a lottery managed deer hunt, you have to obtain a shooter qualification card. You have to prove you're a good shot. We've talked about this in previous podcasts. I had no idea Maryland did that.
Yeah, it's been a thing.
Really? I had no idea.
For the managed
I think
hunt,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think so too.
I went with my dad when I was real young. Like I remember like bits and pieces of it. He had to hit a pie plate at 50 yards 3 out of 5 times.
That's a good
or something
thing.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was happy to see that.
I think that's
Hell
great.
Yeah, so to enter these managed deer hunt lotteries in the state of Maryland, you have to obtain a shooter qualification
Yeah.
card.
I think his was actually for the Fair Hill hunt. He had to go and
Yeah,
hit a pie plate.
I'd be curious to see what states do that, or how many states do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a very interesting
yeah.
tidbit.
I wouldn't even be opposed against that for just to get a
hunting
boat.
license.
Yeah,
get
we
a bow
talked
stamp.
about that. I agree.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what
with
I
you.
mean?
that makes. Yeah.
Yeah, like a qualification just to get your bow stamp. You got to be able to hit a softball at 20 yards or something. You know,
That's a chip shot.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah,
amazing.
but-
you'd be surprised how many people you'd weed
who
out.
go
Yeah.
hunting who can't consistently do that.
Yeah.
And it'll take out a lot of those fair weather people because it's like just one more obstacle. But then again, it's like,
It's the land of
well,
the free.
isn't this a right? Yeah, this is a right. It's
Yeah.
it's not a privilege. It's a right. Like this is our, in my opinion, and I believe that varies state by state actually. But in Maryland, I'm pretty sure it is a right for us to be allowed to hunt. So
Yeah,
the
I mean-
regulations like that are tricky. But for a managed hunting area, yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I'm definitely going to apply for a couple this year.
Dude, I've been saying it for the past 10 fucking years.
Right up
and
the street.
It's
Elk
right.
Mills, man, they do the shotgun hunt.
We were gonna go last year, and
We
we
just never applied.
yeah.
They have the little card in the book. It's a lottery. You get picked, but a lot of people get picked. They just put you in a spot and they drive the deer and you just fucking unload. Cocoon, cocoon,
That'd be
cocoon.
awesome.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
There's a pretty good success rate there too, like the
Oh,
percentage
yeah.
of people that actually harvest a deer. I want to do it.
Yeah.
So we just got to remember this year and not forget. But we get so wrapped up in everything.
Yeah.
Because a deer season, man, is so, you've just got, your mind's all over the place. Especially as it starts to transpire. It could be in the beginning of season, you've got one goal, and then you see this buck, and then you're after him, and then, you got this new place to hunt, and like, there's just always so much going on.
And then by the time you know it, it's December 5th, and you're like, fuck, I meant to put in for that fucking managed hunt. And
Yeah.
time's over.
Yep. Yeah, and we got a lot on our plate this year already. We're going to Missouri. We've all got our respective rut vacation plan. I want to go down and hunt with Ryan down in Lower Maryland and hunt sika
Ryan.
deer. I don't know if you guys are coming or not, but
It
I
just
think
depends
we
on
should
when.
all
I'd love
go.
to,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's got to be a
Oh,
weekend.
he's got an open invitation for us to go down and hunt sika deer. And if you aren't familiar with what a sika deer is, they're like little baby elk down in the Lower Peninsula, Delmarva Peninsula here on the eastern shore of Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia. And they're really cool animals, and apparently they taste delicious. So I'd really, really like to get down there and ice one of them. And just the experience of doing the hunt, I just want to go sit down there and in the fragmites and
Yeah, it's our home state, man.
yeah,
It's crazy we live in Maryland and none of us have killed one.
Yeah.
That'd be be nice for someone to get at least one of them.
And it's like the only spot in the country with
Yeah.
these deer. I think
We're
that's
spoiled.
Yeah, we definitely need to take advantage of that.
We are spoiled.
We are. We live in a great state for hunting. We really do. I mean, there's better for as far as big whitetail and stuff like that, but I feel like Maryland's on the top. It's definitely on the top half of the country of quality whitetail here, and hunting opportunity in general. It's definitely, I'd say, probably top 20.
Oh yeah, definitely top 20.
Yeah, might not make the top 10, but it's probably top 20 in my opinion.
Yeah, we're very overlooked.
Yeah, we've got some good stuff here. Okay, I got a shooter pass for you. Would you shoot or pass
Pew.
having pet raccoon?
Pet
A
raccoon.
pet raccoon. What do you think? What do you guys think? You gonna shoot it or pass?
Have that little fucker digging in my trash every night. Shooting him.
You want it? You shooting it or you passing it?
Well, I'm shooting him, so I'm gonna pass it.
You're gonna
I
pass.
have enough fucking pets, dude.
I'm trying to think of a positive of having a raccoon, and I'm just struggling with that.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely passing on that.
Do you have some kind of
Do you
backstory?
have something to make me want to shoot this?
Well, I've known people that have had pet raccoons. My buddy at work, Johnny Hollowpoint, he had a pet raccoon, and he said that thing would like drive around with him in his convertible. And when this is back in like the 70s, 80s, and stuff.
Okay, but is he driving the convertible?
No, no,
fuck
it's
you.
not fucking rocket.
He's got thumbs, bro.
Fucking trash panda.
I thought it was cool, but I don't know. I'm gonna. You guys are passing. I'm gonna shoot it. I think it's cool, man. Pet raccoon, fuck yeah. You bring them in. They're smart.
They are smart.
You can basically treat them like a dog, but they've got thumbs.
You come
Yeah.
home, your fucking drywall's torn apart, insulation everywhere, trash
Yeah.
is turned upside down.
Same thing with the
He's-
dog.
he's
Cora
drink-
did the same thing.
Yeah, she did.
He's drinking Busch Lights.
Okay, well, that just fires off a shooter pass in my brain. Shooter pass, pet whitetail deer.
Oh man.
I'm passing that.
Really?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna shoot it. I think it's. I know it's illegal in
Is it
Maryland.
illegal in Maryland?
Uh-huh.
Ah, hell.
But if it were legal, let's speak theoretically here. I think that's fucking cool.
I think it's
I
cool
would
shit.
totally have a pet
I'm
whitetail.
passing on that.
Would you want?
bullshit.
Would you rather have a buck or a doe?
Oof. Doe.
Yeah, I don't
Sure
want
it's a
that buck
decoy.
every November. He just starts fucking you up. November
He's
comes
rubbing
around.
on your fucking door jams.
Yeah, you come in the house, he just hoofs you right in the face. He's banging your old lady.
Now, would having a pet deer, would that skew your hunting at all, you think?
I don't know. What do you mean skew my hunting? Like,
you come home and you love on this deer, like, oh, chigoo, 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 and then you go out and you fucking...
and then ice his cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You're in the backyard gutting a deer, and you look up in your window, and he's just looking at you.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, dude, well, sorry, dude.
Yeah.
You want some backstrap for dinner tonight, dude?
Oh man, I don't know. That might hit home a little bit.
Yeah.
It all-
See, you having kids, it wouldn't hit home with you, I feel, but your kids may like get attached to it, and it
Yeah.
may skew them
Yeah,
in hunting. Like that may skew them
yeah.
for future like hunts and stuff.
they'd be like, "What? You're killing that deer?" But he's just like Jeff at the house.
Well-
Like, no, this isn't like Jeff.
What about...
Dude, you could do some pretty sick shit with a pet deer, though. I mean, imagine the Christmas decorations you could have. Put a red nose on them at
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
time, in the front yard, take kids for rides. You could charge $10.
I mean, does it kind of carry over, like you got a pet dog? Would you kill a coyote? Oh, fucking course.
Absolutely, but you're talking about two different subspecies.
Yeah.
A dog is very closely related to a coyote, but it's not a coyote.
Yeah, I'm not going out there and icing a
And
black
ice
lab.
and a black lab, yeah.
Yeah, like having a reindeer, and killing a whitetail would be more equivalent to that.
Yeah. that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know. That would be a weird. It'd probably be better off to just avoid it, but I think it would be really cool.
It would be cool.
I think I could handle it. I just don't know if. Yeah, right. My kids might be like, "What?"
But daddy.
Yeah. Or you look up in the window and he's looking out at you, and you're fucking gutting a deer.
Why it's like I'm done hunting, Dad.
Rooster cockburn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, rooster. Well,
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't have a problem.
I just
with
don't
it.
see the benefit.
I've had pet chickens. I've ate all them.
Yeah, I just don't see the function in it. Like chickens, you get eggs off of. Like, what the fuck am I getting off a deer? I kill them.
Well, eventually, especially if you got a pet buck, you'd have a pretty sweet mount in the house. Like, yeah,
hit him in the head with a ball peen hammer and mount him.
yeah, there's Jeff.
He didn't go 20.
He was a great pet.
He's shitting piss on my floor a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, I just don't see the benefit.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a fucking dairy cow or something.
I think it'd be cool as hell. I'm shooting that.
Yeah.
Like people
Me-
have goats. I'm like, what the fuck you got goats for?
Middle of the
fuck is a
rut.
goat?
Middle of the rut. You come home. He peeled up all your linoleum tile in your kitchen. Has been pissing on it.
Yeah, no
Well,
thanks.
how cool would it be in the middle of the rut to have a doe and just go strap into a tree?
Yeah.
It's kind of sick,
gotta-
dude. You got something you want to tell me, dude?
A buck comes by scent check and smells
Yeah.
her.
Oh, that would be so valuable.
Yeah.
Well, there's like, it's illegal to do that. Like people have thought about doing that with turkeys, and in the state of Maryland, at least, it's illegal. You can't take a live turkey to like on a leash to bait.
Well,
gobblers in the spring.
I get it. But
Yeah, but it would be cool.
Yeah.
And imagine how well that would work.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
took a pet turkey, a pet hen turkey out into the woods, because you can buy a turkey, you can go to fucking Tractor Supply and buy them.
Yeah.
Take that thing out into the woods on a leash. Imagine how many gobblers you'd have nailing you.
That'd be a scene.
Yeah, but it's illegal. You can't do it.
Imagine walking up on a guy walking his pet turkey on a leash.
Like, dude, what the fuck?
He's got it tied up to a
Or you
tree.
take your pet turkey out, like, oh, you're such a good girl. You let her out the goose. Somebody smokes your turkey.
Speaking of turkeys, I got a hen turkey on camera with little turklet chicks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Poults.
Is that what they're called?
Poults.
I got a poult on camera with a mala hen.
You should have hunt there this year.
Well,
Oh, they wouldn't let you.
They won't let him
let
hunt.
me.
They won't let him hunt turkey.
they have a whitetail management plan that's real dumb.
And the turkey aren't.
Yeah, BW said he's going to try to get turkey even from me this year. I think he's a goddamn liar, but
Yeah.
just
He's going to try to get the turkey done,
Yeah.
like make that happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
What, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh, I had a scenario for you.
Oh.
What are you guys going to do if I leave you two options? You can never shoot a rifle again or never shoot a muzzleloader again.
Never shoot a muzzleloader
Yeah.
again.
Muzzleloader.
Really? Okay.
Well, let me think about this. I love my muzzleloader. There's
It's a
something
lot longer season.
There's something so cool about pulling the trigger and there's a big old cloud of smoke and just waiting for the cloud of smoke to disappear and seeing what is there.
Yeah.
The rifles, though, man. The range on a rifle is impeccable.
I've killed more deer with a muzzleloader 10 times than I have
I
with a
got you, but
rifle.
I'd rather have the.
No, I understand
I'd
what
rather
you're
have the
saying.
ability to have a gun that
But rifle season's only 2 weeks long in
it
Maryland.
is. But we're not big. I'm not a big rifle hunter.
Yeah.
I'm saying never. I'm going rifle. Never shooting a rifle again.
Runsky?
I'm taking the rifle. Fucking throw that muzzleloader in a fucking creek bottom. I don't give a fuck.
No way, dude. I love my Traditions muzzleloader. Fantastic gun.
Yeah.
It was only $200.
I'm gonna side with Runsky here. I agree with you, John. I find value in it, and it's not an easy choice for me because muzzleloader is cool as hell, and the season's longer, so you got more opportunity with it. But I can stretch out pretty far with my bow during muzzleloader season, and there's just something about shooting with a rifle, man. I feel like fucking Chris Kyle up there, dude. I just fucking got my scope in there, the fucking bolt action, just
Yeah, but
get some, man.
how far are you really shooting that you can't reach out and touch on with a muzzleloader? Nowadays, muzzleloaders can fucking go, son.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I'm with you.
But I understand the reloading ability.
yes.
Yeah.
And hunting with a rifle, man, it opens a lot of windows. I mean, like, who's saying I'm never gonna rifle hunt a fucking an elk? Who's saying I'm never gonna rifle hunt? These are things that may happen one day. You ain't
Yeah.
doing that with a muzzleloader.
No, you're not shooting a muzzleloader 400 yards.
Jim Shockey, look him up.
Does he?
That's all he hunts with is the muzzleloader.
Really?
He's
That's
badass. I love his fucking.
I didn't know
hunting.
that.
That is fucking it.
But then
baby.
again, and then to put a twist on this, as technology gets better and we advance in things, muzzleloaders are starting to advance.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Dude, they're accurate as fuck now. They're not like they used to be.
I remember me and my Queen of the Forest went to Cabela's. I bought a $200 muzzleloader. I sighted the next day. I got it good enough. Went hunting that afternoon, and I iced a doe like 120 yards out in the middle of this field. I was like,
That's a shot.
Boom! And the dust cleared, and I seen her fucking running away. And I was like, well, did I miss this deer? And then I seen her stumbling. Then she rolled about 4 or 5 times. Traditions muzzleloader that was the cheapest of the cheap. It didn't even have a scope on it. It was open sights. Iced her.
Really?
Yeah.
Open sights at 120.
Yeah.
That's a shot.
Yeah.
It's doable, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's like the AR. I feel
You
like.
got arrested.
Yeah, I had it on my climber.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I love that climber. The versatility is unrivaled.
Summit. It's the only way to go.
Yeah,
Looking back, I wish I would have got aluminum. But
Yeah, me too. We got the same climber.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
How many times did we go over this?
I read it about twice.
That's right.
It's nice though.
That's right. That steel is nice.
We're not walking fucking 3 miles. So.
No. And not only that, but what's cool about the steel is I don't have a welder that can do aluminum. If you guys want to do like modifications to steel, I can totally rig you guys up some stuff. like a bow holder and shit. I could attach one to the side of your rail and all
Big
that.
old dildo coming right
Yeah,
out.
you could spin around and sit on the rail,
Oh, God.
Dude.
Jesus.
bang your head against the tree, choke yourself with your lanyard. John just sitting in his tree.
Got his belt tied around his neck.
You're watching from like 60 yards away. Dude, what are you doing?
Bro, what the fuck is your problem? You're freaking out.
I'm fine. I'm better than ever.
Speaking of the spinning around and sitting on the railing, I do that kind of often. Just like on the summit tree stand, you've got a safety bar kind of deal. My first summit was open. It didn't have that, but this one does. Sometimes I'll stand up, spin around, and sit on that bar.
Yeah.
And watch behind me,
Yeah.
just to change it up.
Especially with a safety harness.
Yeah. It's cool. I like doing that.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've shot deer behind me.
Really?
Probably, well, I'm exaggerating a little bit. At least a couple times, a handful of times.
That button buckle at the end of the season last year was pretty much behind me.
Yeah.
I was like fighting my lanyard, like, get the fuck away from me. At full draw.
Yeah, it can be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And because most of them have been, I've let them walk past me because I didn't like the angle, so I let them walk past me, and then you can turn around and get a quartering away shot, and I like those shots much over a quartering too, anyway. And so I'll let them get behind me, and I'll turn around. Once they're behind you, you're not in their line of sight anymore, and you just turn around and ice them.
Well, they have a pretty big line of sight.
It's like 180 degrees.
It's more than that. Didn't you
Is
look
it
at
more than that?
deer? It's like 310 degrees.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. They can see, unless you're like directly behind them.
Yeah.
It's like Pitch Black. You guys remember that old Vin Diesel movie?
Yeah, good movie.
Yeah. It's like that. Look it up. It's a good movie.
But,
flick.
like, can they focus on something?
See, I don't know. That's how they might catch movement though.
Yeah.
Dude, I had one time. Their sight isn't that bad, and they catch movement really well. It was probably about 5 years ago. I had a buck at 90 yards. I ranged him, and he seen me when I ranged him. I put my rangefinder away, and I pulled my rifle up to my shoulder, and he seen me move my rifle.
Oh, yeah.
And he took off, ran about 20 yards, and I drilled his fucking ass.
Hell yeah.
But at 90 yards away, he seen me raise my rifle up. Now, I probably didn't have a good backdrop or something, but still, I mean, the point is at 90 yards, he's seen that little bit of movement. That's their sight. You can get busted pretty easy from movement.
Just think about your own perspective. If the woods is still and you're just hanging around and you see a little bit of movement, are you going to hone in on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he might not, like he did. He ran 20 yards, stopped, and looked back at me.
He had no
and he was
idea.
done. No, but he's seen it.
Yeah.
And luckily, I had a rifle, so from 90 to 110 was no factor. I drilled his ass.
Yeah. That's what bothers me about these fucking people that are against hunting. Like, give the deer a gun and let them.
Well, they don't have thumbs, so eat a dick.
They don't have fucking trigger fingers, so get fucked. You know, it's a fair fucking fight. These deer, they have senses that have just been sharpened over the years to avoid us.
And they don't stop sharpening.
They do not start. They learn, obviously.
Yeah, they don't stop sharpening. So they're born with fucking.
Get fucked. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I mean, fair chase is one of them things that can be. It's so subjective, you know what I mean? One person thinks it's one thing, one person thinks it's another, and what it comes down to at the end of the day is what's legal, and then most of us take whatever's legal in our area and then put our own restrictions on top of that to make it more difficult. Yeah. We limit ourselves, even if it might be legal. Some of us don't choose to do it because it's not enough of a challenge. So we go above and beyond fair chase most of the time. Most hunters do.
Yeah.
We make it more difficult, and we like to do that because that's part of what makes you love hunting. It's fucking hard, and as you become more and more successful, you put more and more restrictions on yourself. You know what I mean? The amount of deer. Yeah, you might be allowed to shoot a 7-8 point buck, but it's like, after you hunt for a little while, I want a little bit bigger buck. I want to let them get a little older. I want something more mature. Yeah. So, for the most part, most hunters are very fair chase oriented.
That's like that 8-pointer I sent you guys in the group chat. Like, I'm not shooting that, but for you.
Yeah. And that's even like you and me. A buck, me and you will shoot. I'll shoot a smaller buck than you will. Mm-hmm. Like some of them bucks we've seen at Port, they're nice 8s. To me, that's a shooter. For you, you're like, you can have them. You know what I mean? And that changes as you hunt for years. You know what I mean? That what Run's go shoot and what I'll shoot are two different things. What I'll shoot and what you'll shoot are two different things. It's just where you're at and what you want.
Yeah, man.
I'll shoot a 6-pointer this year.
Yeah, and
I'm dead ass.
I don't blame you. When I would have, I think my second year after my first bow kill, the following year, I think I shot a 4-pointer, actually.
I probably would too.
Yeah. It's like you just, it's getting that monkey off your back. Like, I want a buck. You know what I mean? And I know you shot bucks, but they're button buck. But like, dude, you got to shoot a buck. And legally in Maryland, yeah, you can shoot one under 6 points. So I wouldn't hold nothing against you if you shot a 4-pointer this year. I think, hey, dude, that's fucking awesome.
I would. I'll fucking roast you.
But that's the thing. As long as it's fair chase, it's legal to do. I don't care what anybody does. And some people get all. It's pretty rare. Some people do get all butthurt. Oh, you should have let them walk or something. But for the most part, most hunters feel the same way we do. Yeah. If it's a trophy to you, shoot it.
That's
Who
like
cares?
The people on like the Facebook groups that post like their spikes or their 4-pointers, like, man, I like, and they're proud of it.
Yeah.
And then there's
let them be proud.
Douchebags out there that like, oh, you should have let them walk. Fuck you. Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you to limit someone else's enjoyment in the woods?
From what you're doing.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit.
And I guarantee you, 90% of them guys shot spikes and 4-pointers when they were earlier into their hunting experience.
You're not straight out of the womb wanting to fucking.
But then again, to me, the property you're hunting is a factor as well. So if I'm on public property, 4, 6, done.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I agree with you there. Now, like, say we got a lease.
Yeah. Then it's
it
changes things.
If the three of us split a lease, and you want to go around shooting 6-pointers, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah,
like Runsky,
we're gonna be fist fighting.
But
I'm like, dude, I thought it was a fucking 8, dude. I didn't. My
Runsky,
glass
it's a fucking spike.
My glass is fogged up, dude. Jeremy, you don't wear glasses, bro. But
I did that.
It
safety,
looked a lot, dude.
Safety first.
It looked a lot bigger,
It's got
dude.
2-inch spikes, bro.
I don't
What
know.
the fuck you doing?
It'll eat though. I don't know.
That's even like hunting in a ghillie suit. It's like almost starting over, hunting from the ground. It's like, dude, you'll shoot almost anything that first ghillie suit hunt when you're stalking, because you just want to do it. You want to overcome that challenge. Like, I killed a deer from the ground in a ghillie suit spot and stalk. And John, I know that's something you haven't really dived into yet. You might do the same thing. You might shoot a spike if you're in a ghillie suit. You might.
Probably. I'm gonna tell you to certainty I'm gonna kill a spike.
Yeah. I mean, because it's an accomplishment. Even though it's not the biggest buck in the world, it's still like, man, I killed a deer from the ground, spot and stalk. That's fucking cool.
Yeah. You've done it. How many times? Like 3 or 4 times you've done it?
No, twice.
Twice.
I've killed 2 deer with a bow in a ghillie suit
and
from
one
the ground.
was a spike, wasn't it?
One was a spike. Yep. Because that was my first one.
Those little spikes, man, they hide behind the ears sometimes.
Yeah. I wasn't even sure if it was a spike because it was low light and it was like a 30-yarder. And I knew one of them was a spike, but they were like spinning around each other almost. And once they got to where I wouldn't hit the one, I was afraid I'd get a pass through and injure the other one, so I waited and I shot it. And I didn't know if it was a doe or a spike, but I knew I had a good shot. So, and that was my first kill with a ghillie suit. Then my second one was a big old doe.
Fantastic.
And that was at about 8 yards on the ground.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
It was that was a really cool hunt, and I don't know if I talked about it on here before, but there was basically a river, and it's like a U, and where the way the river bent, it bent in like a U shape. I'm on one side of the U, there's a doe on the other side, and she's making her way around the U to me. And I came to full draw when she looked away, and I stood there and I waited, and she got basically right in front of me, but she was slightly quartered to, and she looked right at me, and I smoked her. Smoked her. She ran 30 yards and dropped.
Where was that at?
That was so cool. That was in Elk Mills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, I think you've been down there with me. You know where that? I'm sorry for listeners because you don't know, but there's a river down in that bottom there.
Yep.
You know where that U is?
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
You know, and there's like an overhang.
Yeah.
That's where it was at.
Okay.
Yeah. That was so cool.
Talk about a property that we know everything about.
Yeah. Time on a property is everything, because we've had years to play with that place and we put a lot of time in there. Once you figure out a property, you know a property.
Yeah.
And it does not change very much from one year to the next.
No, it does not.
It really doesn't. Deer are super habitual creatures. I remember Kevin, our buddy, he told me, and this was like when I first started hunting, and I was like, I asked him a question, and I think it was something along the lines of like, they come there at the same time every day? He said, dude, you can set your watch by it. Mm-hmm. They do the same thing every day, especially does in not during rut. And even during rut, does are pretty habitual, but of course that changes throughout the season, especially for bucks during the rut. They're almost unpredictable.
Yeah, I remember working there, and he'd be like, "Yep, I'm gonna have deer there in about 45 minutes, so I gotta go."
Yeah, and he'd shoot me a text with a picture of a doe. He killed like 15 doe in 1 year one time.
It was a lot, but he had a freezer, so.
Yeah, he can make that happen. Yeah.
Cool dude, funny as fuck.
Yeah, we'll have to get him on here. Actually, I was gonna get in touch with him soon. Yeah, man, it's coming close, fellas.
Ugh,
it is coming, and I can feel it, especially with this cool weather lately. And I know I was talking to a listener out in the Midwest, and he was saying the same thing about a cold front there. So I guess the temperatures are pretty similar throughout the country. Braden out in Kansas was saying, shout out, that this cool weather, man, it's just something about being a hunter when those temps drop like this and you get a cool front. It just gets you fired up, man. My buddy Grant, he hunts down Lower Eastern Shore, said the same thing. He's like, dude, these cool temps are getting me fired up because this is what you want. That opening weekend, if we can get a nice temp drop like this, oh man. And we got lucky last year because it happened.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it was like 40s.
It was cool.
Yeah,
and man, it was nice. The year before was 90.
Yeah, and the rut last year was fucking 80s.
Yeah, it sucked.
Terrible.
Yeah, the temperature did suck for the rut. And even during the almighty rut, temperature's still a factor.
Fuck yeah.
Because even if the bucks are still chasing, the does aren't moving as much if the temps aren't good.
It was awful.
it can be real isolated, I feel like. That's what I seen last year, and you said the same thing.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So I'm hoping this year we get the stars got a line. They do. There's always a luck factor to this shit. But it's choosing the days to hunt too. And we're getting better at that.
Yeah.
Choosing when to hunt. Less is more often.
I'm ready. I got my dates picked out.
Yeah. I'm saving. I got my dates picked out too for the second week of November and for our Missouri hunt. But I'm also saving some time. I have other than my rutcation, I have 2 days where I can call out of work. So
I can call out all the time. I'm not getting paid.
Yeah. I plan to use those for days. Say it's, I don't know, early season, big temp drop, second week of season, big temp drop, and a storm's coming in. I'm calling out of work. I'm going to hunt. And the same thing for even end of October. We get a nice temp drop. I'm calling out of work.
Yeah. I hope it is blistery cold on my rutcation early November.
You want to hear something awesome? October 1st through December, I have every other Friday off.
Whoa.
Me too.
Get me a job?
Every other Friday. You do too?
Yeah.
Your work does that too?
I'm always off every other Friday.
So my work, they do summer Fridays, and this year they're doing fall Fridays.
Oh, dude.
Tell me the stars aren't aligning for me this year.
Summer, fuck you, summer. I want fall Fridays.
Yeah,
baby.
so October 1st through December, I have every other Friday off.
So you can
I hope we're the same Friday.
So you can kill.
Yeah, I hope it syncs up.
That'll be sweet.
Kill every button buck that walks by.
If there's any button bucks listening out there right now, you're on my list.
If there's any button bucks, you better get ready.
You can run, but
You're all on my list.
I bought a new release.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
Cam Haynes, suck boy.
I bought a spot hog wise guy.
Oh, Cam.
Okay, Chris B.
Hey, my what is it called? Grip was only 60.
How much was your
120.
Yeah. For a wristy.
Yeah, it's sick though.
Is it? Did you bring it?
No, I haven't gotten it yet. I just ordered it yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right. Damn.
So it's going to be here today.
What'd you order?
I'm going to come over and shoot tomorrow.
What'd you order exactly?
What do you mean?
What kind of release?
It's a wristy spot hog wise guy.
Spot hog wise
Yeah.
guy. Okay. I've heard really
You can
good things
adjust the
about
trigger on it. It's
Yeah.
not like a clamp setup. It's got like the hook, so you can hook in your D loop real quick.
I prefer that over a caliper.
My $60 True Fire is the same way.
I don't think I can adjust the trigger on mine.
I can adjust the trigger on
Not on mine.
Yeah, I got a Shark, which I never use, but it's the same way. But it's a caliper. But you can adjust the trigger.
Yeah, they said, man, you can adjust that. It's hot. They
Same
said,
with mine.
yeah. So I'm looking forward to
The
it.
old True Fire chicken wing. I can adjust her to hot or I can, cold.
Yeah. So you guys are both hunting with wristies this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
John, I know you were torn, but it's time to decide because it's
Wristy.
fucking 30 days.
Wristy. Tried and true, like Runty says. Tried and true.
Yeah, one thing.
Hey, you're entitled to your decision, even if it's a wrong one.
Well,
You can still make that
One thing I
decision.
like about this Wise Guy, it's got the the adjustability on it. The True Fire's got like a funky little mini set screw, and
Yeah.
this actually has like notches, like measurement, like the sights, so you can like get that thing.
Okay.
It's like an Allen key.
Okay.
It's got a lot of adjustability.
Might have been a good grab, dude. We'll
it's a good grab.
definitely have to do a review on it or something.
Yeah. We got.
Well, I got to come over tomorrow.
We could all do a video of all our favorite releases, and we could tell about them and why they're our favorite. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I have to get the old girl dialed in, man.
Yeah.
Ravens purple and black.
I got heavier arrows.
Preseason started.
Oh.
Yeah, it is Ravens.
I got to tie my peep in.
Well, we can do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's
tomorrow
Sunday.
I got a lot of work to
I
do
was going to go fishing, but my buddy's boat took a shit, so I'm not going fishing.
All right.
There you go.
So I got work to do tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. We'll get your peep set. Another thing. By the way, update on my son who's 8 years old.
Ooh,
I got him up to a little over 26 pounds.
Hey, nephew what?
He is closing in on that 30-pound restriction, which in the state of Maryland you have to shoot at least 30 pounds. I'd really like to get him in the woods this year, but he's doing really well at 26.
Was it like butter?
At first, it was a little bit. He pulled it no problem, but he had a little yeah, you know what I mean. But he's getting it now, good. But something I noticed the other day when I cranked his bolts down a little bit on his limb pockets that's how you increase the draw weight. I noticed his timing was off, so I had to twist the cable, fix his timing a little bit. That was just another reason why it's really nice to have your own bow press.
Worth every penny you spent.
Yeah.
We are just reaping the rewards for this bow press.
You know what, though? Johnny's got the arrow set up, so
Yeah.
I'm not buying none of that stuff. I can come over here and have Johnny do it. So if you got a couple buddies, you know what I mean, split the cost, man. Make that doable. Yeah, Johnny, did you show your arrow?
I didn't. There she
And
is.
put that on the camera. John just made new arrows. He cuts them and builds them everything. He's got John, give us a rundown.
It is a gold tip black label with a 4-inch white wrap, 2 white blazer vanes, 1 blue blazer vane, and a red nocturnal. So if you ever question my patriotism,
Red, white, and blue, baby.
look at the arrows, daddy.
Now, what about you? Got inserts on the front, don't you?
I do. I'm shooting 125 inches of broadhead / field point up front with 40 grains of screwable weights into the back of the insert on the inside of the arrow.
And what was your reasoning for putting that weight in the front?
FOC. So we'll see.
I'd say we're gonna give a rundown on that next week. FOC. So next week, tune in to get focked because we're gonna talk about FOC.
Yeah. My last arrows, I was shooting about a 9% FOC, and these arrows are about 14.5% FOC.
Which is the general. Everybody says you want to be between 10 and 15,
So she is point heavy.
which is what we want. And
Apparently.
we can dive into that next week. I think that's a good topic. So we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, she
Hey,
looks pretty.
Yeah, that does. It looks great, and it's a unique. You don't see a lot of people with white and blue on their wraps. That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah, the blue, I just couldn't fucking see anything.
Yeah,
I couldn't fucking see it.
and shouldn't have a problem with white.
Yeah, especially with that big wrap on the end of her.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
we will see, and we will see the woods. Hopefully tonight, Johnny and I will get out there and hope maybe we'll see some action, take some videos or something. We've got 82 days till the rut,
In
roughly, in Missouri.
It's a Missouri hunt.
And we've got about 90 days till the rut here, give or take, it's around that area. And we only have 33 till opening day here in Maryland, less than that in Delaware. We've got California, Florida, Alaska, and Nevada all opening up or already opening. And South Carolina is not too far behind.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen,
next weekend.
this is the best time of the year. The boys of fall are back.
Boys are back in town.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Show some love. Tell somebody about the podcast. Share it on your Facebook. Share it on your Instagram. Tag us. The first person, by the way, the first person who sends us in a picture of their harvested animal, we're going to send you some stuff. We're going to give you some free shit.
That's a great idea.
So let's get some of them pictures in. Hopefully it'll be soon with stuff opening up. And if I beat you to it, it's going to be my stuff.
Yeah.
We appreciate the hell out of you guys listening and showing support. That's why we do it. We love this shit. We will see you guys next week. Come in and get fucked.
Peace.
Like and subscribe.
Bye-bye.